Yo, you ready to start selling some more houses? I don't even know what I'm saying. I just keep saying the same thing every time I get on here, and I wanted to change it up. Dressed like a gangster today. I figured I'd have the little gang slang. I don't know if the gangsters ever wore Eddie Bauer before. Let me start this damn thing over. How are we doing today? Welcome to the morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther. Excited to be with you today. Talk a little bit about what's going on with new construction. If you're a real estate agent, you obviously know new construction is where it's at right now. It's the lowest cost lead to generate. It's the easiest to convert. And then once you get those clients, all you got to do is the introduction. They pretty much handle everything else from there. So what I wanted to talk about today is what they're doing, and frankly, what you should be doing as well. One of the most controversial videos I've ever put on Facebook was about what's going on with these interest rate buy downs and that type of thing, because builders have to do that. So as I'm recording this here today, just yesterday or the day before, I saw an article. Let me share this with you. I'll share my screen. I saw an article about kind of what these builders are doing when it comes to making their properties look more affordable. Obviously, what they're doing is these interest rate buy downs. Let me see if I can figure out how to share my screen here. And I'm sure you saw this article. If you're keeping up with current events, this was in Fortune. The housing market slump is giving home builders no choice but to offer aggressive mortgage rate buy downs. And this talks a lot about kind of what the builders are doing. And they are still advertising homes at 4% interest rates, 4.25% interest rates. So you're welcome to go through. Oh, it looks like I have to subscribe in order to see it there. I watched it on my phone, so I was able to see it. But anyway, what it talks about is, of course, it usually costs about 1% of the purchase price to buy down the rate by 0.25%. Now, I know we're going to have a lender on here that goes in the comments, oh, it doesn't have to be, whatever. It's about 1%. So a $400,000 home, it's going to cost you $4,000 to buy it down 0.25%. They're doing 4% of the housing price, or even 8% of the housing price, to buy this down by 1 or 2% in 30-year fixed mortgage, meaning for the life of the loan, they're making it more affordable. So they're literally advertising, you can buy a new construction home with a 30-year fixed at 4.5% interest rates. Now, why are they doing that? Because they can't reduce the price by 16 or 20 grand, because that's going to affect all of the recent sold homes. That affects the appraised values, everything else. They have to keep that price high. Rather than reducing the price to make the home more affordable, they're literally buying down that rate. This talks about the fact, I don't remember the exact number because it's asking for a subscription on my thing. I had it on my phone. But it said something like 72% of builders are now offering a significant buy down, whether it be temporary, or most are doing permanent buy downs on their mortgages. So I want you to think about this. If you have anybody that's sensitive about what's going on with rates, which rates are still below the 30-year average. I mean, it's ridiculously low. It's just not as low as it was. That's like saying you don't want to buy Amazon stock because it used to be $2. Well, if it's a good deal now, it's a good deal now, particularly over a 30-year span. But you've got to start thinking about, how do I make what I sell sound more affordable? If you're selling a house right now, do you think it's more appealing to do a $5,000 or a $10,000 price reduction? Or do you think it's more appealing to buy it down and be able to say, this home is available with prearranged financing at 4.5% or 5%, or even 5.5%, whatever that number is for you, to make it more affordable and make it look like there's truly prearranged financing set up, which there is. If you've gotten with the lender and you've ran the numbers on this specific house, these specific property taxes clear down to the dollar and everything else, you can make sure that this makes sense for them. So it is an option that works. Now, again, it may not be to that magnitude. It might only be 0.5%, or maybe even 0.75%. But if that's their sticky point, if that's the one thing that they're like, I don't know if I want to buy right now, I want to, but I need to negotiate because rates are so high, whatever the case is that more appealing than doing a $10,000 reduction? Seller doesn't care either way. It's still the same money to them, but it makes their home more marketable. So take a page out of the professionals' book, these multi-billion and multi-million and sometimes billion-dollar companies that are building homes nationwide. This is what's working to actually sell homes. So if you're sitting on properties right now and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to sell this thing. I'm not getting showings. I'm not getting offers. It's just not making a move. Should I do a big price reduction? Maybe just make it more appealing. Make it more marketable in today's marketplace. I think you'll find that will work better. You'll actually pick up a lot of clients from that as well, because they call intrigued whether they are going to buy this particular house or not. You can pick them up as a client. So you will definitely learn a lot from following certain things in current events of what's going on with builders, with resale, with even with Zillow or Realtor.com or any of these companies, the Open Door, all of these companies that are making adjustments to the market. I want you to think, why are they doing that? And would it make sense for me on a micro scale in my little 15-mile radius? Would it make sense for me to do some type of spin that way, adjustment that way, change of course, so that you can generate business for yourself? It's very simple. You know, I was looking at years ago. This has been a long time ago. I'm kind of dating myself, but I would venture to say it was 2 decades ago, making tons of money and trying to find things to invest in. And I was looking at a car wash franchise. And the car wash franchise said, well, in your area, Kroger, which is a grocery store, CVS and Walgreens, drugstores, they all do tons and tons of research. Area, miles per hour on that road, traffic, what the growth patterns, who's permitted to grow. If there's a Kroger, CVS, or Walgreens going in, put your car wash there. They've already done the research. You don't need to research how many people come through. Is it better to be at 25 miles an hour or 35-mile-an-hour road? They've already done all the research. So that was a key factor. They would look at other multi-million or billion-dollar brands and say, okay, let's just follow what they're doing because they know what they're doing here. So definitely good information for you. And again, that's the only way they can sell new construction. You think you've got a seller that's desperate to sell. Imagine you're a builder with like 93 houses and lots and payroll and all of these other things that they're dealing with. They don't just have the sales reps. They have sales managers and design centers and paying the office bill for that. The retail space, they have to sell a lot of homes. This is what's working. So find that article. You can probably Google it based on that headline, or just go to Fortune and get it. Don't get a subscription to them. I think you can read it on your phone for free. Not positive. Maybe I got it on my phone. I got a subscription. I don't know. My team handles all that crap for me. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful for you. Start copying what these others are doing to sell properties, and you will, in fact, sell more homes. We have a big day ahead of us here. I got to shave. Doesn't look bad on this stupid webcam I have with some kind of stupid filter on it. But we've got a couple of big calls today. We've got the Inner Circle coaching call. I'm doing a bunch of platinum calls today. And we have our cash offer call. I just bought another house for one of our agent members here. So we're going to have our cash offer coaching call to make sure you are getting lots of listings utilizing the "we'll buy your house for cash" offer using me as your investor. Hopefully you're following the YouTube channel here. Follow the channel, set up an account for free. Make sure you ring the bell to turn on notifications. That'll let you know every time I have a new video coming out. Big news for you. Tomorrow, I have a video crew coming over here, and we are going to be recording some YouTube content to send out exclusively on YouTube. I think you will find it very helpful for growing your business. I'm going to show you some marketing approaches you can use. I'm actually going to do some of them myself so you can see it working in action. You'll be able to copy that with some outlines and some templates. So make sure you're following this page and you turn on notifications, or I can promise you, you ain't going to see it. Got to follow here and turn on notifications. See you guys live on the Inner Circle coaching call today. Let's go out there and make some money. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye for now.